Hello, EntrePods, and welcome to Season 3. This season, we are interviewing and talking about ethical entrepreneurs who are making money and changing our world. Join us as we discover how we can step into power as creators and business owners to reshape business into one that values humanity, our planet, and our shared future. You won't want to miss a single episode.
I'm able to tune into a person's potential. So when I'm working with a client and they share, I take them through a process where we look at what their values are, what's most important for them in their business, and how they want to live. And then we map out all of the ideas that they've got bouncing around in their head. And then we match it up against what all of their values are to see which ones are the priorities. And there's a way with how somebody speaks that I'm able to pick up on the energy of their ideas or the energy of the tone of voice. Like there's more that I'm picking up on, and I guide them there. And it's just like, oh, hold on a second. There's something significant about that you've just shared. Let's go there a little bit. And like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's really amazing. And well, I've always wanted to do this big dream, but they didn't like bring it forth as one of their ideas. It's like, okay, hold on. Like I'm feeling this here. I'm witnessing emotion come up in their face, right? There's different cues that are coming up. It's like, okay, we need to go here. This is really what's calling you forward. Other stuff is just fluff. So I'll be tuning into the energy of how they're sharing, what they're sharing, how they are reacting, what's lighting them up, what is getting them excited, what's making them feel heavy. Like there's all these things that, well, I know I should be creating a funnel for that. It's just like, hold on a second. If that isn't lighting you up, why would you go there? Because it's going to be just a whole path of resistance trying to create that thing. Let's start with what lights you up. And so I'll use the pendulum to help with prioritizing ideas as well. Planning out, is this going to be in the first 3 months? It's going to be in 6 months, 9 months. So where it's going to come in the calendar. And I find also that sometimes somebody seeing the pendulum swing in a particular way helps them with just kind of letting go and trusting. Is like, okay, they see a physical representation of something more than just what's coming up out of me, out of my words, out of my mouth, if that makes sense.
No, it does, because I got to tell you, working with owners that I do, because we do very similar things, but in different ways. I'm much more about like, let's quit your processes and let me install this, let me do this, whatever. And then you're more like the people I wish would go to you first, and then they would come to me so I could implement all their dreams, because I am pure energy. That is my center of source. I take it and I implement it. So I'm going to, I'm thinking about, and if you're a business owner, just think about it. Think how many times during the day have we taken projects, taken clients, soldiered through activities that in order to get through the activity or to deal with the client, because they just drained us, we said, but this is what's going to bring in money. I've got to be realistic. I've got to make money, and this brings in money, and I need to just do it. And it's misery, right? And the money is never actually worth the outlay in the end. Well, I have to take this client because we really need that money right now. And then they're a pain. You have communication problems. They're not valuing you. They've spent more time trying to get you to lower your fees or your rates than actually working on their business. And by the time you're done, you're like, this is just misery. And then they want a refund. And you're like, and we talk about these things, but it all stems back to that mindset, right? You made the decision because you were in a fear mode to take that client on, or to take this project on, or to not hire a VA just to help you for a couple of hours on these emails that make you miserable, or whatever the task is, this little busy work. When had you actually done that and spent the time to get the person that you really want to work with, or maybe the creative stuff that you want to do, or you don't want to do the creative stuff, you want to be able to work on operations, whichever your personality goes, you would have made more money in the end. So because you're saying I've got to make the money by choosing the wrong thing, you're actually giving up money on the other side. And that's a hard place to be able to get to make that decision when you're in fear.
Yep. And that's why one of the biggest things that I help my clients with is managing their energy. Yeah. Because if I teach a process of how to check your inner battery. And so as you pause, you check in, you see how you're feeling physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and checking in multiple times a day. Because if you are down at like 5 out of 10, like half of your day, well, no wonder why you feel like you're dragging yourself through the day and like you're not motivated and like you can't get anything done. You are so far better off taking a pause to do something that makes you feel good,